Digital Designer Designation, the podcast.
Ever listen to a track and wonder how it sounds so, polished and powerful? You know, it's got that something special that makes your speakers sing.
Right.
Well, today we're diving into the often unsung hero of music production, audio mastering.
It's true.
Yeah.
Most people
don't realize
how much work goes into making music sound finished.
It's easy to take for granted.
Oh, yeah.
But without mastering, even the best recordings can fall flat.
For sure.
Right. So we're talking about that crucial final stage after a song is recorded and mixed.
Yes.
It's what takes a track from sounding good to sounding amazing on any system.
Right.
Your car, your headphones, even a massive festival sound system.
Exactly.
And you've given us a ton of material to unpack on this.
Yes.
From its early days to the AI revolution that's happening right now.
It's a fascinating journey because audio mastering has always been about using technology to enhance and refine the artistic vision of the music.
So where do we even begin? What exactly is audio mastering?
Think of it like this.
Okay.
You are an artist sculpting a masterpiece.
Okay.
You've got the raw materials, the basic form, but now you need to refine it.
Right.
Mastering is about shaping the overall sound.
Okay.
Bringing out the details and making sure it's balanced and polished.
So not just making things louder then, because I think there's this misconception that mastering is all about cranking the volume to 11.
Not at all.
Right.
Well, volume is part of it. It's really about clarity, balance, and creating a sonic experience that translates well across different playback systems.
Our research mentioned something called the mastering chain. What does that even mean?
It's not as mysterious as it sounds.
Oh, yeah.
The mastering chain refers to the sequence of tools and techniques that mastering engineers use to shape the audio.
Okay.
Things like equalization, compression, limiting.
Okay, so let's break down some of these tools.
Sure.
What exactly does equalization or EQ do?
Yeah.
I know it involves frequencies.
It does.
But that's about the extent of my knowledge.
Imagine a sound engineer having a set of virtual knobs that control different frequency ranges of the audio.
Okay.
That's essentially what EQ is.
Okay.
They can boost the bass frequencies to give the kick drum more punch or soften the highs to make the vocals smoother.
So it's all about finding the right balance for each element in the mix.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about making sure every instrument and vocal has its own space in the frequency spectrum without clashing or getting muddled.
And then there's compression.
Yes.
Which seems to be a big deal in mastering.
It is.
It's like taming the wild dynamics of a song, right?
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Think about a song with a really quiet verse and a huge, loud chorus.
Right.
Compression helps control those dynamic swings so the quiet parts are still audible.
Yeah.
And the loud parts don't distort or become overwhelming.
It's like finding that sweet spot between excitement and clarity.
Yes.
You want to feel the energy of the music without blowing out your eardrums.
Right.
But mastering isn't just about these technical adjustments, is it?
No.
It also has a creative side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A big part of mastering is enhancing the spatial qualities of the music.
Okay.
This is where stereo imaging comes in.
Okay, that sounds kind of abstract.
Yeah.
What exactly does stereo imaging mean in practice?
Imagine you're listening to a band live.
Okay.
You hear the drums coming from the back, the vocals from the center.
Yeah.
Maybe a guitar solo that seems to pan from left to right.
Right.
Mastering engineers use techniques like panning and spatial effects to create that same sense of width and depth in a recording.
So you're basically creating a three-dimensional soundstage, even though the listener is hearing it through headphones or speakers.
Precisely.
Wow.
A well-mastered track can make you feel like you're right there in the room with the musicians. It's about creating an immersive, engaging listening experience.
It's amazing how much thought goes into making a track come alive for the listener.
Yeah.
But this isn't just about modern technology, is it? Our research hinted at this long history behind audio mastering.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It wasn't always so sophisticated.
Right.
Yet each era of audio technology pushed the boundaries of what was possible.
Yeah.
Imagine, for example, the earliest days of recording where musicians had to perform live.
Right.
Their sound etched directly onto a disc.
No room for error back then.
No.
It makes today's studios seem like spaceships in comparison.
Totally.
But when did mastering really begin to take shape?
A major turning point was the invention of electrical recording.
Okay.
In the 1920s.
Okay.
That's when we see the introduction of microphones, amplifiers, the ability to capture sound and manipulate it before it hit the recording medium.
So more control over the recording process opened the door to shaping the sound after the fact.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then, magnetic tape recording in the mid-20th century really revolutionized things.
Okay.
Remember reel-to-reel tapes?
Yeah.
They allowed for multi-track recording, so instruments and vocals could be recorded separately and layered together.
Giving mastering engineers a lot more to work with.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then, of course, the digital revolution transformed everything once again.
Right.
CDs brought greater dynamic range and clarity, and computers opened up a whole new universe of possibilities for manipulating audio at a granular level.
And that brings us to the present day, where AI is rapidly changing the mastering landscape.
It is.
Is this the end of human mastering engineers?
Not quite.
Okay.
While AI is a game changer, it's less about replacing humans.
Okay.
And more about giving them a powerful set of tools.
Right.
Imagine software that can analyze a song with incredible speed and accuracy.
Okay.
Identifying subtle flaws and suggesting improvements.
So it's like having a virtual assistant for mastering.
Precisely.
Wow.
Take Landra, for example.
Okay.
This platform uses AI to automatically master tracks.
Okay.
Based on its analysis of the audio.
Right.
It can even tailor the sound to specific genres.
That's amazing. Does that mean anyone can now achieve a professional-sounding master?
It certainly makes professional quality mastering more accessible.
Okay.
But there are other tools that take a different approach.
Okay.
Isotope Ozone, for example, acts more like a virtual mastering suite.
Okay.
Giving engineers incredible control over the entire process with AI-powered assistance.
So it's not fully automated, rather enhances the capabilities of a human engineer.
Right.
Okay, cool.
And then you have something like Steinberg's Spectral Layers Pro, which is truly mind-blowing.
Oh.
This software allows you to visualize sound as a spectrum of frequencies.
Really?
It's like Photoshop for audio.
I'm trying to wrap my head around that.
Yeah.
You can actually see the sound and edit it visually.
You got it.
Wow.
Spectral Layers lets you isolate and manipulate specific frequencies with incredible precision.
Okay.
You can even use AI-powered tools to separate elements, like removing background noise from a vocal track or isolating a specific instrument in a dense mix.
This all sounds incredibly powerful.
It is.
But is there a risk that music will start to sound too, like perfect?
Yeah.
Or even sterile?
That's a great question, and it gets to the heart of the debate around AI and art.
Right.
While these tools are powerful, the human ear and artistic intuition are still essential.
Okay.
A good mastering engineer doesn't just hear technical flaws.
Right.
They understand the emotional impact of the music.
So even with all this advanced technology, it's still about finding the soul of the music.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that often involves making subtle choices that AI might not pick up on.
Right.
Sometimes a little imperfection or rawness can add to the character of a song.
It's that human touch that makes all the difference.
It is.
Speaking of which, our research mentions something called the loudness wars.
Yes.
What exactly was that about?
Yes.
Yeah.
The loudness wars were a period.
Okay.
Mostly in the late 20th and early 21st centuries.
Okay.
When there was this obsession with making music as loud as possible.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
It seemed like every new album I got was just louder than the last.
Yes.
But why?
It was partly driven by technological advancements that allowed for louder recordings without distortion.
Okay.
But there was also this belief that louder music would stand out more on the radio or in a crowded marketplace.
So louder equals better, or at least that was the thinking back then.
Right.
Okay.
But what happened was that many recordings ended up sounding squashed and lifeless.
Right.
Because they lacked dynamic range.
Right.
Remember those quiet and loud moments we talked about earlier?
Right.
Well, the loudness wars kind of flattened everything out.
So it was a case of technology being used to chase a trend?
Yes.
Even if it wasn't necessarily benefiting the music itself?
Exactly.
Wow.
Luckily, there's been a shift in recent years towards a greater appreciation for dynamic range.
Mm-hmm.
People are realizing that louder doesn't always equal better.
So how does this all connect back to AI and the future of mastering?
Right.
Are we going to see AI replicate the mistakes of the loudness wars?
It's certainly a possibility.
Yeah.
If algorithms are programmed to simply chase trends or optimize for loudness without considering the bigger picture.
Yeah.
However, AI can also be used to educate and guide better mastering practices.
So it comes back to how we use these powerful tools.
Absolutely. It's about finding the balance between technical precision and artistic expression. And that's something that requires human ears and judgment.
It seems like this constant balancing act, right?
Yeah.
Using technology to enhance the art. But without losing the heart of the music.
Exactly. And that's why, despite all the advancements in AI, I believe human mastering engineers will always play a vital role. They bring a level of creativity, experience, and intuition that's hard to replicate.
They can listen to a track and understand not just the technical aspects, but also the emotion, the story it's trying to tell.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that understanding informs their choices throughout the mastering process. They're not just applying a set of rules. They're making artistic decisions based on their interpretation of the music.
It's like they're adding the final brushstrokes to a painting.
Yes.
Bringing the artist's vision to life.
What a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, that's what great mastering is all about. It's about bridging the gap between the music and the listener, making sure the artist's intention is conveyed with clarity and impact.
This has been incredibly eye-opening. I feel like I'm hearing music in a whole new light now.
Good.
But before we wrap up, I'm curious.
Yeah.
What's the one thing you hope our listener takes away from this deep dive?
Listen closely.
Okay.
Pay attention to the nuances of the music you enjoy. Can you hear the way the bass frequencies add weight to the track? Or how the vocals seem to float above the instrumentation? That's the art of mastering at work.
And if you're a musician yourself, remember that mastering is an essential part of the creative process. Not just a technical afterthought.
Whether you're using AI-powered tools or working with a professional mastering engineer, approach it with intention and care. The way your music sounds can make all the difference.
Absolutely. And on that note, we'll leave you with a final thought. As you listen to your favorite tracks. Take a moment to appreciate the blend of human artistry and technological innovation that went into making it sound so good. It's a fascinating world behind the music.
It is.
And we encourage you to explore it further.
Definitely.
Thanks for listening.